purchased a second-hand Fordson Major head. That's where that's fuel well goes on there. It's got injectors in it. It's got springs look pretty good actually. Might pull one of the valves out to see what they're like, and if we need to we can give them a wee rub up. Apart from that, I think I'll take the injectors out because the injectors that are in there were all rebuilt. So I'm not going to film it all. I'll away and clean everything. Take the injectors out. I'll flip it over and see what it's like. That's cracked. There's one in that other one. So that's the plan. No thermostat. Just looks like it needs a damn good clean. I haven't seen underneath it yet. Looks pretty good. I might just chance popping it in as it is. The valves are a bit pitted here and there though. That's a new valve. That's a new valve. I think this has had valves in it. That's definitely a brand new valve. I think all the intakes have been renewed. And the exhaust system though. And you've got your injectors there. So I'll clean that. And then I can just put it on as it is and see what happens. We can always change the injectors out if we need to. Save a lot of hassle. Right, I'll then start cleaning. I'm still cleaning up this head. This is where the thermostat goes. It's quite badly pitted. So I'm going to try out this big beast of a cutter. See what happens. Right, fairly slow I think. Such a lovely machine. Take about 15 thou that is. About running the big beast, as I like to call it. We're just getting rid of the fitting in this head I got. That's the thermostat housing. And this, where the temperature flow goes in there. Maybe take another couple of thou off it again. Let's see. Take another 5 thou off it, just to clean it up. Whoa, just right the end of the trouble there. Come back over this way and go. You know the saying, as smooth as a baby's bum. It's probably not politically correct anymore. That's taking all the pitting out anyway. A flat surface. Or have we? I can't feel it. Anyway. That is a good cutter. That's the one I made the arbour for and had all the trouble. It's not perfectly flat, but I turned in the Bridgeport before I even started doing this, so my next trick's getting these valves out. What I think I'm going to do is make a thing that you can pull down on. I've seen the folk in Pakistan and India doing it, so that's my next project. It just pushes in there, and when you pull down it jams it. Because I'd really like to see what the valve seats are like. And I think I've got new rubbers. Oh, I've lost the exhauster off of there. Let me find out where it went. It was there. It'll turn up, but I'll find it. The wee cap. There'll be on the other ones. Pull them. Them. If I don't look for it, I'll maybe find it. I've got another Thunderhead if I need one. You see, this is the. I think that's the one that came out of here. Yeah, somebody's had sealant all around there. Look. And we'll put a gasket on. We'll obviously clean that up as well. We can almost put that in the. Put it in the spacer if we need to. Right, so I need to go and make something to take these valves out. I've got a valve spring compressor, but I'm not strong enough to pull it nowadays. So we'll do that. And the valves are against the table, so we can get them out. I'm testing for, see how flat it is. The Bridgeport it sells about 2,000 out. So we do. I think it's pretty good. There's the camera's going away from me. We're currently reading -2. It's going to go over a bump here, I'll have to help. see that or not? Might be washing it out. It's reading -2. 1.5. 1.5. It's on 0 now. Plus 3.5 at the end there. It's sitting in 2, 1, 2, 3 blocks in the table. Very end seems a wee bit high, but see, I'll bring it back. +1, -0. I'm doing a little bit. I think if I use a gasket with some sealant, it should be okay. I haven't tried it side to side yet. And I don't know if you can see it or not. Hang on, I need to dodge round this water place. So, I mean, it's within a few thou. Like I said, the Bridgeport's 2 to 3 thousandths out anyway, so as I checked it yesterday. So I would say that's flat. It's not triple A flat as some people call it. So +1, +2. The other end went high as well. Let's see if we can find a place to go sideways when there's not a lot of obstacles. +2. And at the valves you're back to 0. See what it is beside the valves. Let's go by that. So it's -1.5. -2 thousandths of an inch, which is not a lot. -2. Just got the down valve. 0, but it might have moved. Just go back and see what is beside that last valve. About the same. Over the length of the head, it's minimal. -1. And then when you get to there, it starts adding pluses. 4.5. But yeah, 4.5. Let's see if I can go across the head somewhere. Near the middle, I would think. I think I'd get away with that. So what we're going to do is reseat the valves, put it all together, find the bit that went into space, hopefully, and fit it. Right, where can we get across there? Okay, we can just go across and see what it says. Well, between that point there and that point there, 5/10. So let's check it another position and see if it's similar. I would be tempted to run a cutter over it, but I don't have one big enough to do it in one go. That's 1.5. 2 5/10, same. What was I saying? I would say this head is good enough to go in. Still think I'll be putting some sealant on the Permatex or Permatite, or what you want to call it. That's between that valve there and that valve there, 5/10. 2.5. 1.5 1 thou there. So it's not perfect, but I'm sure some sealant will make up for that. 1.5. 2.5. It's constant. Just going down this too. What do you think, Barry? You're the Rolls Royce man. This thing's nearly, this is a 55 head. It'll be 70 years old next year, so that's reading 0, which is different for the other ones. 1.5. Same. That's plus 1.5, all the rest will be minus. There is a bit of a U in it. And that's 0, so it's still 1.5 across the way, but it does have a wee bit of a dip in it, but you could maybe make that up with torquing down the bolts. New cylinder head gasket with Permatite on it. This is a second-hand cylinder head I got from Englandshire somewhere down south, can't remember exactly. Anyway, because the other head seems to have a crack in it, and I've got a theory why it's got a crack in it, and we're trying to see what everybody else thinks. So the valve seats are pretty rough. That's what I've done. I've welded an exhaust valve onto an intake valve, because they're 40.3mm and 38, I think. I did have a look for cutters, but I couldn't find one 40mm that wasn't a stupid price. You can get them up to 30mm, no bother. It's a 30-degree angle, so what I did, I'm just using this with grinding paste to take out all the, you can see there's a wee spot there, so we'll keep that grinding that for a while. And just let it go on its own and go and do other things. So I've stripped the other head off. I'm going away to make an intake valve for doing the same job. I'll centre bore it and weld that centre into it. And then we'll do the intakes as well. And then when I put the valves in out the other head, which were all new when it was done, we shall put them in, you know, pogo stick them, or what we call it, lap them in, that's what I'm looking for. But we'll be down far enough that we're past all the spots. You probably can't even see that little spot there. No. Anyway, I'll let you see it working, and then, so I've just been running the course on this because it's got to be redone. With a valve to suit that hole. Just running the blade core, I'll put some grease on then. Doesn't have to be perfect because all it's doing is grinding away really slowly. I'll just lock it in that position and just let it do its thing for a while. I'll leave you filming while I go in. do what I was going to do. I was going to do, oh yeah. See, the exhaust valves are quite pitted on the bottom as well. 30-degree angle. This is an old tap thing that broke in half, so it's just fine for going in the 10mm hole that the centre drill makes. So I'll go and bore that in the lathe and then we'll weld it, and that'll go that way. And we'll put that in the chuck. Probably chop a bit off so it's not all the way through. Every now and again I come back and just give it a wee shove and then just leave it doing its thing. But it's not grinding a lot. But like I say, we only need to get down past the marks. Diesel engine, that's the ultimate clean. Anyway, I'll not bore you anymore because this is going to take a while. I checked how square this was to the head. It's 1 tooth out. If it's 0 here, it's 2 at the end there, both ways. I'm still debating whether I'm going to just cut it myself with my new cutter, but it's only 100mm, so it would be done in 2. Whereas he's probably better doing it in a 1 pass. See, I'm debating the idea because there's a lot of dings in it. Although we could probably sort that with just Permatex on the gasket. See, this is my homemade valve lapper. That's the old wiper motor out of David Brown. The motor was shot, but the gearbox is working and it goes back and forth. That screw's falling out of there. I want to get that back in a minute. I just like to see it working. I think this rubber's too soft. I might put a jewellery clip on it and see that works. So anyway, that's packing up for the day anyway. I've made a few modifications to my window wiper valve lapper. Made a better drive, made a nylon drive for it, pushed it over the little bit of metal we had, and it's about that long now. It's been smoking a bit. Tightened up the rubbers with these jewellery clips, so we're getting a better action. There's still a bit of twist, but a lot less than it was. I just need to spray WD in there every now and again to stop it going on fire. I'll switch it off when I'm away from my lunch. But it's working. I could put it faster, but I think it seems to be not bad at that. That's running about 1100 RPM. The Bridgeport is. Probably a Bridgeport I can run all day. You just filled up the oil ports just now and it's a total loss oil system. It just works its way down. I went as far as I could, but it needed actual proper machining. So it's now at Precision Engineering in Elgin. It's going to be about a fortnight to get it back, but they're going to reseat the valves and everything with their machines and put the head back together before I get it back. It'll also be skimmed. I'm away to do a bit of bending. This is the original bracket. It goes up to here, and That's the door latch. So I've got a bit of steel out. And we're actually going to use the David Brown to bend the pipes. Because it's got more hydraulics. Should start because it's going earlier. Let's get a second of the heater. I've rearranged the pipework. We just need to get that to stay there to get this to work. So there's David Brown making parts for itself. This goes into the safety roll up here, and then it sits here, and there's a solid chunk of metal goes on here, which is the door latch. So that's a new one because this one's got seaside-itis, shall we call it. So that's 4mm. That's just bent 4mm like it was butter. It's not even revving. Yeah, I pre-drilled a hole, but it might not be in the right place. I don't know. Oh, hey, a jump getting up here now. Right. Put it in place for now. Looks not bad. And what I've done is swapped the pipes around so they're facing this way so the hoses are long enough for this thing. Of course you've got more hydraulic pressure in that than you have in the Major. So Right, what we'll have to do next is cut out a chunk, the one I made earlier. First job, it looks like this, we'll have to make this lip first, I think. See, there's a cutout here for that. For the door latch. Right, so let's see if we can bend this. I'll just start and stop the tractor when I need it. But once you've started it, it runs okay. It's just the first initial start's the problem. With the Polaris, if I can get the jump leads on the Polaris, I can start it that way, no bother. Right, let's bend that first. Beside you. Start her up. Not very good at bending short bits. Just give me a minute and advice and sort it. We'll need to tidy up a bit with the grinder, but there's a bit to get cut out there anyway, so now we'll just straighten this bit up as needed. Just sort this little bit in the corners can be in the road. I'm just going to put a little kick in there. I think that's the way the other side's supposed to be. I'm going to have to weld panels together, but I kind of expected I have to do that. Only big problem we're going to have is trying to weld to that paper. Do that bit. What we might do is cover it over with this and bore some holes through the back and then kind of spot weld it. I'm not trying to weld there. Need to change the angle on this. That's it. Right, that's funky all right. I think the original had a thing between here and there, so we might have to do that. Oh, let's cut a bit off the bottom if we need to. In fact, maybe just lift it up a bit. Leave room for one. Not bad. It's, I don't know what it's called. I'm sure I can find something that's an equivalent of it, a lot cheaper than the one you get for David Brown. Anyway. Next funky bit is even more difficult. Right, that's there. How much does that need to come from? Right, that's that shape of that, but it's not any of the turns, because if you look closely, that goes in, and that, I think that will go straight. So we can keep this bit straight to here. Probably do the same with this bit. That's a join there and there. I mean, you could repair that, but there's no point. It'll be too it'll just burn. It's just paper. We can take these panels off if we get the screws out. Screws were stainless steel originally, I think. I kind of wanted it on the tractor to get it to fit. So I'll cut that other bit and then I can tack weld it together once I've bent it. I can bend that round like that on that bit there. I have to bend it out and back. Oh, the joys. Why did I buy this tractor? I bought this without seeing it. Must be stupid. And what the Major? No, I did see it. It was a trade-in. I traded in my grey Fergie for it, and it's had engine rebuild, and that's another cylinder head for it now. But I had it for 15 years or something. Right, I'll go and cut this. Then we'll try and get some of the funky bends into it. It's not too bad. Oh, we need to put a... No, it's a funky shape, so the thing I'm going to do is cut it and then make the funky shape to match this. That fits up into the corner here. Well, that's me got the first corner in of the Frankenstein cab, as I'm going to call it. I'm not worried about grinding anything, because what I'm going to do is once it's finished, we'll take it off the tractor and grind it all in and whatever we need to do. This bit's fun to make, as you can imagine. So now we need to make a bit to go between there and there. And it will have, it's got this kick in here, and then it's kicked out I'll probably just make it to match this now. Isn't correct, but it's the way it ended up. We'll make it to match that. What have we got? So we need the bit up for the windscreen. It's kicked in, it's kicked out. And then we'll need that kick and that kick in it. And it'll need to go, well, can I take it to there or there? I'll keep the corners. I'm wanting to keep this as much as possible. I'm going to have fun up there. Not sure what we're doing with that yet. We could actually do that off. We probably will. We'll get this sorted. We'll get this bottom bit done. See here, I don't... there's a bit missed round the back, but I think we can just leave this and just patch in a bit here. And then same round the back rather than trying to form that corner again. Anyway, so... we need that width of a bend. And the problem I've got is with these V blocks, I need to make a V to go inside that V, I think, so I can get a tighter form. And that's the bit I took off. Mind you, that's a curve. You know, we could get away without putting that bit in. I think we might just do away with that. Just have it coming straight out, down and matching this. I think that's what we're going to do. It'll be simpler. Because if I do that, the first bend's going to be here. I think we can do that. Okay, need a narrower V block really. I'll come up with something. Anyway, I've got a bit of steel cut. I'll go and play about with it. I'll just bring you back and forth because it's very slow welding because you're just click, 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 click with each weld, otherwise you're going to burn a hole in it. And I've put a bolt through here temporarily onto that bar we made yesterday. There is a seal goes in here. I was tempted just to weld it to the mudguard, but then you never get it off. So, and I made a new V block with smaller V's in it, so that's been handy because I can bend littler bits now. With these two, you were struggling to bend a small part. It's a big part. It was no problem. I took a bit of steel like that, put it in the press, and made that part. It needs a bit of tidying up, but it's the bare bones now. So what I can do now is I can take these screws out, take the whole panel off and working it down the ground rather than having to climb my way up there. And this will just get blended in. It's just messily welded at the moment, but that'll get improved. I think I cut a wee bit too much off here, but I'm not sure, you know, that might be okay. Depends how big the sealer we put on it. I'll tidy that up as well. I think that'll be okay. I've got to trim this along here. So there was 1, 2, 3, 4 bends in that bit. Back and forth a wee bit. In the beginning there was rust, lots and lots of rust. And then there was shiny metal. And a lot of work to get it there.